Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. This is a bit of an impromptu video. This will be the last one for May, which is Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month. I wasn't planning on doing another Ehlers-Danlos video, but I noticed something during my last video, and you might have seen me get a funny look on my face. It was a little after I'd been showing my thumb braces. And the reason was that my middle finger on my left hand kind of like had some trouble getting up. And I am actually going to be measuring for a brace for that finger. And I just want to turn the camera around, show you what it was that I felt happening, and then I will later on, when my ring sizers come in, I will show you what it is, how I would size for that particular splint, and then show you the kind of splint that I'm looking at on that site. It's not the same thing as trigger finger. It's something different as far as I can tell. And I wouldn't jump right to the splint for trigger finger, since I would want to rule out first with the less expensive splint that is not just like the hypermobility related to the Ehlers-Danlos. So give me a second and I'll turn the camera around so you can see what it is that my middle finger is doing that made me kind of get a little bit of an odd look on my face. If you kind of get a little bit, it's not anything I would find disturbing, but if you get a little bit weirded out by some odder body movements, like in the hands or whatever, this might not be for you. I don't consider it odd, but I also, A, it's my body, B, I have a very high threshold with my former career as a nurse. But I just want to show what it is that I was talking about, and that actually will give you a little bit of a visual of some of the things that hypermobility can cause. So, okay, just seeing my hand is normal. And then what I can do with my hand, okay, so let's lay it flat. What I can do with my hand is I can go back like that. Now what I was doing is I bent that down and, sorry, I'm getting some tremors, which I also get. Sorry, let me secure the hand. All right, let me actually show it from this angle. Okay, there you go. There. So what you're seeing with that movement is the ligament is moving to the, there we go, other side of the knuckle. And it's, that feels kind of weird. It doesn't hurt, so I don't think it's trigger finger. Yeah, as you can see, it's just the ligament is very overly flexible and it's sliding over the knuckle. What the splint will do is it'll go on either side of that knuckle and keep that ligament from sliding over to the other side and hopefully stabilize that a little bit more. But yeah, I don't like how that feels. I don't like how it sticks like that. And what I'll do is I'll end up putting on screen a picture of the splint that I'm looking at. All my other splints are stainless steel, so I will be sticking to that. And actually, I'm going to turn this around and continue this conversation. Okay, sorry about that. If my ring splints for measuring come in before the end of the month, which it's today, that this is the last day of May, but my measuring rings are supposed to come in today. But if they come in May 31st, I still have an opportunity to take advantage of the Ehlers-Danlos awareness sale that Zebra Splints is having. And it's the MCP splint that I'm looking at that's for hypermobility. It's less expensive than the trigger finger one, and it would still be, for these kind of splints, it still would be a decent price with the stainless steel, but I'd rather have the sale if at all possible. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what that looks like. As you could see, once I've changed my angle, you could see where it kind of slides, and it doesn't do it on my other hand for the middle finger. So thankfully, I will only have to pick up that splint for the middle finger of my left hand. So later on, I will create a video sometime later today showing the measurement process for that, just because I think that is an interesting video to make. It will address something that I've noticed in the past, but because I was already talking about splints when it occurred again during the last video, I finally made a connection in my brain between, oh, I should probably splint this because that's weird and feels kind of like the dislocation that I was talking about. Now that it's not a dislocation, that's the ligament sliding over, but it gives kind of that similar like weird feeling without the pain that I've noticed in relation to a true dislocation. But yes, that's one of the things that can occur with the hypermobility. It's not like this one where I actually was getting pain with it and where I needed it to prevent myself from pushing my thumb in too much and causing pain in that way. This is more of a discomfort and like, okay, that's not a movement my body should be doing kind of thing. So yeah, that's it for this video. A little bit unbook related, but kind of sort of book related because it was something to do with me talking about Ehlers-Danlos awareness, which was connected to Disjointed, which is the book I was reading about Ehlers-Danlos, or am reading about Ehlers-Danlos. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. God bless. Bye.